Hi, I'm Jacob Hornberger, Libertarian candidate for president. Republican Governor Greg Abbott of Texas is now placing his own level of state tyranny on top of the immigration police state that the federales have already imposed on the borderlands as part of their effort to enforce America's immigration control system. In an operation called Operation Lone Star, Abbott is directing the sheriffs and deputy sheriffs in the state of Texas to enforce federal immigration laws. This is on top of the immigration police state that already exists there. The warrantless searches of ranches and farms, Donald Trump's Berlin Wall, the highway checkpoints that search people who have never gone into Mexico, the prosecution of people who hire illegal immigrants, the prosecution of people who harbor illegal immigrants. If you give water to an immigrant who's dying of thirst, they're going to come after you and target you with criminal prosecution. Violent raids on American businesses. The thing about these people is that they look at these immigrants as trash, as garbage. This is why Republican Governor Ron DeSantis took those Venezuelan immigrants and just shipped them to Massachusetts and dumped them off. In his mind, all he's doing is dumping garbage. The Washington Post reports that Abbott's Operation Lone Star, which he calls it quite pathetically, has already wrapped up a lot of people and is part of this dragnet. And one of them was a couple from the state of Guerrero, Mexico. And they were pleading with law enforcement officials not to deport them because all their family members had been killed as part of the drug war in that state. Their home state of Guerrero has one of the highest homicide rates in the country because of the drug war. But you know that their pleas are going to be rejected. You know they're going to be deported because in the minds of Democrats and Republicans, they're nothing more than garbage. So what if they're sent back to certain death? And there's something else to keep in mind about this, that drug war that wiped out their families is another Democrat-Republican project that has been imposed on the people of Mexico and has brought massive death and destruction across that land. So here they have this policy that kills people as part of what Martin Luther King called the greatest purveyor of violence in history or in the world. And then when people try to escape that violence, tough luck, you're going back even if it means your death because you're nothing but garbage. You know, I've often wondered why Democrats and Republicans don't just destroy that inscription on the Statue of Liberty. It's an embarrassment. It's a joke. It's a sham. It's deceptive. You know the part that says, give us your tired, poor, huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shores. That's what our 19th century ancestors believed. They had open immigrations for more than 100 years. But it's not what Democrats and Republicans believe today. They believe that this wretched refuse of your teeming shores are nothing but garbage. These Democrats and Republicans ought to do the right thing. Wouldn't it be great? Just imagine if they were to have a crisis of conscience where they recognized the horrible mess they've made of this country. Fiscal policy, $31 trillion in debt, monetary policy, inflation out the gazoo, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, socialism, welfare, Pentagon, CIA, Ukraine, Afghanistan, Iraq. It just goes on and on and on. They ought to do the right thing and just get out of office and let us libertarians put this nation back on the right track, the track toward liberty and peace, prosperity and harmony with the people of the world. I'm Jacob Hornberger, Libertarian candidate for president. My campaign website is jacobforliberty.com.